in pretty much every single case, you end up at this point in time where an insurance company is offering money and the client is having to make a decision on whether or not to take that money or file suit and go into litigation. And I always try to put myself in the client's shoes and say, if I were in their shoes knowing what I know, what would my advice be? And sometimes the advice is file suit. Sometimes the advice is settle because you're going to have all this headache and heartache dragging this thing out for a longer period of time. So I think knowing what I know, what would I do if I were in the client's shoes?
The at-fault party's insurance company is always going to try to call you and get your version of the events because they want to try and lock you into a story early on before you know the full extent of your injuries. So you don't have any duty to cooperate with them. The only people you have to cooperate with is your own insurance company. So that's one of the first things that the insurance companies try to do. They want to lock you into a story. They want to try to get you to say things that aren't true. And they will try to lead you and to push you into certain directions. The other thing is be careful for checks that show up in the mail. Insurance companies are now sending out checks to people hoping that they cash them because that would then be a full settlement of their claim. So those two things, phone calls and checks, are two things to look out for with the at-fault insurance company.